Hi, my name is Jim Gath, and I run Tierra Madre Horse Sanctuary in the Arizona desert. Tierra Madre is the forever home to, well, for right now, 33 previously unwanted horses. They were either abandoned or neglected or injured or abused, and just had really had most of them had come upon some bad times. The one thing that they all had in common is that they didn't have anywhere else to go. And the other thing they all have in common is now that they're all very happy and they found a place that they can be safe and they can be happy, and that's all they have to do. We've got some horses that have come off the racetrack. One fella had over 124 races. And he just retired. And we had another fella that broke his knee. We've had some others that who knows where they came from. I just know that they have lip tattoos telling me that they ran. We have a half-blind horse named Tarzan whose eye was put out by a human. That's not the story the human told me, but that's the story that Tarzan told me, and I believe Tarzan. We have a fella that was just barely escaped a trip to the Killer Man's, where he was going to the killer auction, the slaughter auction. We have another old guy from Montana whose human called me one night and told me if he didn't find a home for this guy that very night, he would take Charlie Horse back to Montana with him the next day and use him as bear bait. So we've got guys from all walks of life. We have our largest horse is Big Charlie, and he's over 18 hands tall and weighs over 1,600 pounds. And our smallest horse happens to be his stablemate. His name is Mini-Me, who's our resident terrorist. And Min probably tips the scales at about 300 pounds. He's a miniature horse. So we have everything in between. We have quarter horses, we have saddlebreds, we have paints, we have Mustangs. I'm not going to go through the litany of the whole thing because it doesn't make any difference to them, so it doesn't make any difference to me. The one thing that we all have to do here is we always make sure that we put the horses first. The horses are absolutely first. Every minute of every day of every year, the horses and their well-being comes first, because otherwise what are we doing this for? Our facilities are good. We have a big field, we have big pens and paddocks and a barn and a shed row with real big, good-sized homes for the horses in it. Everybody gets a lot of exercise. They get turned out into our arena. They have toys all over the place. Everybody loves their treats. Half the kids get carrots at 3 o'clock in the morning and then get it at 7 o'clock in the morning, and the other kids get apples at 7 o'clock every night. So everybody gets treats in between. We have what I consider probably the finest veterinary care in the world. Our doctors are here at a moment's notice. We make sure that everybody's feet are well taken care of. They're all up to date on their shots. We buy the finest hay that we can afford, which is about the best hay we can. We all live on a shoestring because every penny we get goes to the horses, and a lot of them have to, because a lot of them aren't really in the greatest shape in the world. They're a little older. They have some physical problems that we never knew ahead of time. So there's a lot of medicines, a lot of supplements, a lot of bandages, a lot of things that you don't usually think of. But all those things have to be done, and they have to be taken care of on a daily basis. But you know what? A lot of people have vocations in their lives. To us, it's an avocation. Because my feeling is that these kids need a home. These kids need to be taken care of. These kids need to have the happiest, healthiest lives they can. And you know what? If we don't do it, who will? And that's why we do it. If not us, who? If not now, when? I guess that's the saying. But anyway, so that's a little bit about the horses of Tierra Madre. They're my family, and I love each and every one of them, and I wouldn't trade a one of them for the world.